but it's showing up. And when you're commenting on people's stuff, you have the opportunity to be seen by their entire network. They're going to like your comment, they're going to click on your profile, they're going to find you, and you never know who is watching. Hey badass, welcome to this video on one of my favorite topics, which is LinkedIn, one of the most underrated social media platforms in the world because the opportunities on this platform are absolutely insane. And it is definitely no longer a platform for boomers. You do not have to show up all stiff and professional in a blazer. It is getting some personality in the LinkedIn feed, and it's definitely such a rich environment to brand yourself, to show up as an upcoming leader and thought leader in your space. What are you waiting for? To really get that personal brand credibility, to have recruiters knocking down your digital door. There is just so much going on this platform. So let's talk about how you can elevate your LinkedIn presence and get strategic so that you're not missing out on your slice of the pie.
Let's go.
Now, why is LinkedIn so impressive? It's impressive because there are over 700 million professionals logging into this platform on a weekly basis. Of these users, 61 plus million are classed as senior level influencers, and over 40 million of them classed as the decision makers in hiring decisions. Not only this, but 98% of recruiters and 85% of hiring managers, so the person you'd actually be reporting to, are using LinkedIn as a hiring tool, and they're using it to find talent for roles that they have in mind so that they can avoid advertising it in the first place. So you want to make sure that you're getting found, and when they find you, they're impressed enough to reach out.
Oh God, yes.
Seriously, friends, you have been invited to the biggest professional networking event of the century. And if you're not leveraging your LinkedIn and participating in that, you might as well be sitting in the corner in the dark by yourself, just not making the most of it. Because LinkedIn is absolutely yours for the taking, to build quality connections, to find a mentor, to get offered roles that haven't even been advertised publicly, and to make great relationships with recruiters and decision makers in the companies that you're dreaming of working in for the longer term as well. It's super strategic, let alone the free personal branding. So let's jump into some tips to take your LinkedIn presence to the next level. And on that note, by the way, I have a free checklist called Next Level LinkedIn, which takes you through your profile step by step and all the things you should be thinking of in terms of updating your profile and presence. So definitely grab that in the description box down below and use it to level up your LinkedIn, in addition to what we're going to learn here in today's video. The first tip I have for you, especially if you're a job seeker, is to build a personal brand. Tell us a story. You know, humans connect with humans. And what I want to see when I'm a recruiter, what's going to be memorable for me, what's going to stand out for me, is actually going onto your profile and looking at your About Me, and I get a sense of who you are. I get a sense of not just what you've done, but how you do it. What are your strengths? What are your values? What have been some of the most pivotal moments in your career? Can you tell me a story? Can I connect with you somehow? Do I see that our values are aligned in some way? Am I fascinated by your career choices and decisions to date? If you ask yourself, who am I as a professional, right? What's at the core? What's my essence? What's my leadership style? What is it about me that's different? What do I want to be known for? What's the legacy I want to leave? What's my why? If you can't see any of that information being reflected and mirrored back to you on your LinkedIn, Houston, we have a problem.
Oh no.
Because that's where the opportunity lies. That's what excites people. So I'm going to give you a couple of concrete examples here to really land the plane. Now let's take Yannick, for example. Look at this about me. I was born in Senegal, West Africa, raised in Washington, DC, USA, and educated in Europe, France, UK, and Spain. After being exposed to such diverse economic opportunities, I became fascinated with launching an international career and making a difference on a global scale. It's been an exhilarating ride that keeps me humble, and I'm excited for this new chapter. Boom, straight away, without him even saying it. He's international, global perspective, cross-cultural agility, really great working in multicultural teams. Boom, 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 pow. We're only in the first paragraph, and you know why he does what he does. Then he goes on and highlights a few pivotal moments along the way. Here he's drawing out key moments in his career that have shaped him, that have meant something to him, and also it's a great way to sort of humble brag and weave in some of the amazing stuff that you've done as well. Not only this, but he shares some beliefs and convictions and some pieces of advice that really resonate with him as a professional. As you go forth on your own journey, remember 1, to dream big. 2, keep challenging yourself to learn and grow. And 3, surround yourself with people who inspire you. And then he also weaves in his specialities, which is great for keywords, plugging those keywords in there, and therefore showing up in search results better as well. Now, this is just one example, but can't you see how the storytelling, the human connection, the beliefs and convictions, like if you believe the same things, you're gonna like Yannick straight off the bat. You're gonna wanna connect, right? As well as highlighting some of those pivotal career moments. It's all just such great marketing psychology.
That was awesome.
And it really does come down to that in terms of how are you selling yourself. And this isn't a sleazy sell, this isn't a pushy sell. It's very authentic, telling their story, but gosh, it's compelling and you want to get to know them straight away. So this is beautifully done. Here's another example. This is the way Rachel started her LinkedIn profile. A former boss once sent me an Albert Einstein quote in which he described himself as passionately curious. She told me my thirst for knowledge and desire to research everything reminded her of this. I'd also like to think she was likening me to Einstein. Hi, I'm Rachel and I am passionately curious. This is wonderful branding. This gets down to the essence of what makes her her, and she's told a fun story that highlights that and hooks you in instantly. How badly do you want to read the rest of that profile, right? And it does, it draws you in. It's like a good book. It's like if they nail that first paragraph, you just start devouring it. And that's the whole point. So when you're able to get to the essence of who you are, if you think to yourself, what are 3 things I really want to be known for? And you think about how you can weave those into your LinkedIn profile. I'm using the About Me section as an example. It could also be in your headline and other areas as well. This is a great place to start in terms of piquing people's curiosity and getting them reaching out to you. Tip number 2 for job seekers, and this is really important for upping your profile views specifically, make your profile photo pop. Now this is important because LinkedIn profiles with photos have 21 times more views and 9 times more connection requests. Research also shows it's where most people spend the most time on anyone's LinkedIn profile is looking at their photo, in terms of, they've done studies where they're scanning where your eyes go, and we're humans, right? We connect with photos and imagery. So it's really important from that perspective, as well as just the fact that first impressions count. And this does not have to be a serious, stuffy photo. In fact, it shouldn't be. And it should be real. And feel free to establish an emotional connection as well. If you're in a more creative industry, if you're working in agencies, I've seen really creative photos. It doesn't have to be though. It can be a very simple headshot. But just know that it does not have to be a very serious passport-like photo. So I'm going to show some examples of some good photos from my clients on the screen right now. And you'll also see that some of them have a colored background, a bright colored background. Now, if you want to achieve the same thing, you just have to go to the website remove.bg, upload your photo, and it will completely remove the background of your image. You can then upload it to a site like Canva, choose a square base, 1080 by 1080, choose your background color, upload your photo, and you've got a beautiful square image with a bright background, and then you can upload that to LinkedIn as well to make the photo pop. The thing about this is that humans are innately curious, and recruiters are still humans, whether it feels like it sometimes or not. And people are much more likely to click on your photo if this intrigues them, if you catch their eye, and it's nice and bright, and it's a nice clear image of you with eye contact with the camera and smiling and all that good stuff. The next important piece of real estate on your LinkedIn profile that you should definitely sharpen up because it's so under-optimized, and that is your banner. A banner is a wonderful opportunity to keep your profile looking sharp. It's another opportunity for people to get to know you, what matters to you, to really brand yourself, and just give us an insight as to who you are. So you've got lots of opportunities here. It could be you doing something at work, you in action, you know, speaking on the stage, filming that video, whatever that looks like, but it could be you in action at work. It could also be a snippet of what you're capable of. Here we've got the example of someone's fashion designs as the background and banner of their LinkedIn profile. It could also be a personal brand statement. Here we've got an example of someone who works in communication, and Her zone of genius is really making complex, technical, overwhelming information very succinct and accessible. And so the tagline she's put on her banner is making the complex digestible and engaging, and then tells you how she can help through communications, through PR. This is a great example of a personal brand statement coming to life. Take your words around the world. User-friendly, brand coherent localization and transcreation. Boom, straight away you're landing on her profile and you know what she does and how she does it. It could be some keywords and core skills of yours. It could also be a quote that resonates with you and it really sums up your philosophy and your approach to the work that you do. You've got a lot of options here with the banner. Get creative, use a website like canva.com, search for LinkedIn banner, create yours, look at their templates, have fun. It really, really does make that profile pop. The next thing I want you to do, and this is especially important for search engine optimization, aka having your profile rank in the recruiter's search results when they're looking for specific skills. I want you to add skills everywhere. The skills shouldn't just be in the skills section, although that's very important for search ranking, the skills section, that's very, very important in terms of SEO on your profile, but it shouldn't just be there. Your skills and keywords should be woven into your headline, they should be in your about me, they should be in your experience section, they should be when you're elaborating on which courses you took at university, on volunteer projects, all over the place. Think to yourself, skills, keywords, how can I put them in every area of my profile so that it gets nice and optimized? And the final tip that I want to call out on LinkedIn is get active, post, use the platform as the social media that it is, because that will also give your profile and presence major brownie points. And there are different levels, right? You don't have to go straight to writing articles and writing posts and putting up videos and LinkedIn stories if that doesn't feel like a doable first step, right? We just want you to take messy action and start getting out there. And what I would love to see you doing more of is leaving thoughtful, insightful, or perceptive comments on other people's stuff. Right? So thought leaders in your industry or people working at the company which you'd love to work at one day. I want you to start getting involved and leaving comments and sharing their stuff with an added value and a different opinion and a perception. You know, it's not commenting to say good work, it's commenting to say that's a
really interesting approach. It actually reminds me of a resource that I read last week which said X, Y, Z. Now that I'm linking the two together, this is what I think about the situation.
It's that level of engagement, but it's showing up. And when you're commenting on people's stuff, you have the opportunity to be seen by their entire network. They're going to like your comment, they're going to click on your profile, they're going to find you, and you never know who is watching. So get out there and engage with other people in your niche, in your industry. And if you do feel ready to start posting, the biggest thing you have to get over is, oh, well, what would I have to post about? The answer here is so many things. Share a story. Tell us about something that you learned recently. Pull out the core parts of an article you just read and share that with your community. Tell us about how you got started in your career. Give us some behind the scenes of what you do at work. Let us know about one of your favorite hobbies and how that's taught you valuable life lessons for the work you do today. Share about a training you've attended. Share about your journey. There are so many things that you have to say because no one's heard or experienced it from you as of yet. So it's valuable just from that standpoint.
Yes, exactly.
When you get to that level and you start posting and engaging on LinkedIn, it is such a generous algorithm. And that's where entire networks of other people can see your comment on their feed. That's when you start getting traction and so many profile views coming your way. And again, you never know who's watching. It could be the recruiter of your dreams. So that is just some of the ways that you can improve your LinkedIn presence so that you have more opportunities and you can take your slice of the pie when it comes to all of the wonderful things LinkedIn has to offer. Now, if you are job seeking right now and you haven't checked out my resume masterclass, please go and do that right now. It is a free 1-hour masterclass where I cover some of my best tips, tricks, and strategies about the resume, aka your core marketing document. You do not want to miss out on that. It's called 5 Keys to Badass Your Resume so you can land more job offers, and it is available in the description box down below or at www.badasscareers.com/badassmasterclass. I'm sending you so many good vibes for your job search. Let me know which of these tips you will be implementing in the comments down below. And otherwise, until next time, stay badass. Come and send me a message over on Instagram or LinkedIn. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next time on the Badass Careers YouTube channel. Bye!